Here it is, man. We're here. We've talked all about the game, matchups that we like, matchups that we're a little worried about, lesser known players, your opinion about the San Francisco 49ers and Chiefs fans' opinion. The bottom line is somebody has to win this game and somebody has to lose. Yeah. What is your score prediction for this Super Bowl on Sunday?
So you guys understand, first and foremost, I am a Chiefs fan. I actually predicted the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Chiefs. So I'm not just a Homer fan.
I'm sure that your chat loved you for that one.
Oh, it was. You should have seen the live after the Chiefs beat the Ravens. It was full of, hey, what do you got to say now, Dan? It's all fun and games, guys. But if what I'm looking at in this football game is Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. You know, he's now 10-3 in his career as an underdog. That those aren't just meaningless statistics to me. And when we watched Patrick last week, honestly, I felt when they went out against Baltimore, they knew in the second half they weren't going to score. I honestly felt that their game plan was to get up early and then coast, try to just find a way to win that football game. So their game plans are going to change. It's going to be close. This game is going to be very, very close. My score prediction is 27-24. And that is, once again, I think going to be a last-second field goal, much like it was last season from Harrison Butker. Right now, one of the most clutch kickers in football. I think there's no disagreements, no arguments there. And at the end of the day, I think Patrick Mahomes gets number 3. And I do believe he is not only the best player in the game, in this football game specifically, and he will overcome. I know you guys are going to be very happy to hear me say that, but I feel from everything that I've seen, the adversity and honestly the bad football. The bad football. They played really bad football this year against some teams they really shouldn't have. I think that has really taught them some valuable lessons, and they figure it out. And I feel for Kyle Shanahan. I feel for him, but I do think the Chiefs win this football game by a field goal.
I am going to go Chiefs over Niners 24-14.
Whoa, 10 oh my gosh. Okay. Walk me through that a little bit. That's a bigger spread than I expected.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this. It's just the way the Chiefs defense has been playing. We've talked about for the past hour. They allowed more than 24 points one time the entire season. So I'm quite confident that they're not going to give up that many to begin with. And just based how they handled the Ravens offense, which was also very explosive. If I recall earlier this season, the Ravens kind of mopped the floor with you guys, and all that.
Christmas night, we didn't forget.
Yeah. That was a heartbreak for both of our teams, honestly. That day was tough. But the fact that the Chiefs were able to stop and hold the Ravens to just 10 points gives me confidence that they're going to hold. I'll give you guys 14 points. I'll give you 2 touchdowns. But I don't think a lot more than that. And then on the offensive side, I think the stat is as long as the Chiefs score 22 points in a game, they've won this season. Like every time they score 22, they win. And I'm confident. You guys' defense is good. I don't think it's as good as ours, but it is good. It's fairly good. But I do think the Chiefs offense can put up at least that 22, and so I'm going to go 24 to get there. I don't think it'll be a blowout per se. 10 points is a lot. I get that, especially between these two teams. But I don't anticipate what the Buccaneers did to the Chiefs a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl, like 30-9 or whatever. So I think 10 points is reasonable based on what I know about the Chiefs defense and offense. And so I'm at 24-14.
Well, and let's say you score a touchdown with 2 minutes left to kind of put the game away. 10 points sounds like a lot, but it was a 3-point game. So, all right, I can respect it. I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't believe that the 49ers are going to score more than 24 either. That's a cool stat about the Chiefs, 22. but I don't think they're going to score 22. So I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 49ers 24, Chiefs 20.
Okay.
Very, very close game, hard fought game. But ultimately, I think that the 49ers get it done. I do. I mean, again, I respect your opinion, but I think that Purdy's way better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I never believed in Jimmy Garoppolo. I won't say never. I definitely believed, but that Seattle game that season, the first Seattle game, I lost all hope in Jimmy, and I couldn't, even after the Saints magical game and some of those games against the Cardinals in 2019, I was like, I don't believe in this guy. And then watching him in the playoffs, I lost even more belief. Brock Purdy, I do believe in. I think he's mentally all there. I love what he has. He can bring the element of moving a little bit with his feet. Sure. Although I will say Brock has not played the best during the playoffs. However, he has played very good when they needed it most. So I feel great about that. And listen, Patrick Mahomes is not going to be easy to beat. This Chiefs team, I do think the Ravens were the better team. Mm-hmm. And I think would worry me a little bit more than the Chiefs. That being said, it's Patrick frickin' Mahomes. So here's my concern, Greg. I'll give you my actual concern about this game, which is the 49ers have done everything they needed to win this game.
Yeah.
But somehow there's a minute-ish left on the clock. The Chiefs have the ball, and all they need is a touchdown, and they win the game. They put it away. Yeah. That scenario terrifies me. It scares me to death. So I hope that that's not the scenario. I would rather, this is how much I hate that scenario. I would rather be down and Purdy to have the ball in his hands. I feel more confident in that against the number 2 scoring defense in the league than I do stopping Mahomes with our defense at this moment. I want no part of that. So if the 49ers are down and they need a touchdown drive from Purdy, give me that over Mahomes having the ball in his hands and them needing a touchdown drive. I don't like that scenario. So I'm going to say 24 29ers, but my ultimate nightmare is Mahomes having the ball in his hands with a minute or so left. It terrifies me.